New tonight at 10, we have details regarding the arrest of Shreveport Rouxgaroux player Deron Maxwell. KSLA's Miracle Garrett spoke to authorities to learn more.
I mean, this could have all been simply avoided by simply just going to meet dress code. I mean, it was, when I tell you, it's as crazy as can be.
Just before 3 a.m. April 13th, Shreveport police were flagged down by a nightclub owner on the 400 block of Commerce Street.
You have an entrance door, which is we have a guy out there checking IDs, dress code, and you walk through there, pay your cover, and get in. There's a side door, which is an exit door only. There's no handles, no way to open it from the outside.
Tim Huck, the owner of the nightclub, and his security saw multiple people trying to enter from a side door and asked them to leave the property. At this point, an argument followed, which led to the police arriving.
And he pushed one of the officers, and that's where the fight ensued.
The encounter involved Shreveport Rouxgaroux player Deron Maxwell and has gained hundreds of views on social media, raising questions about the officer's tactics.
Here's the funny thing about that video is that video started 2 minutes after the confrontation started, after he'd already pushed the officer, after he'd already reached for the officer's guns.
The officers are trying to get handcuffs on. At one point in time, I believe one of the officers did deliver a kick, which would be to the rib area. And depending on the circumstances and what that officer was perceiving at that time, is going to be indicative of why that was done and whether or not that is a justifiable thing. And we're aware of this incident and we are looking into it. However, it's important for our public to remember that when officers have to use force, it's not pretty, and it's usually going to look violent because fighting a police officer is violent.
In the video, multiple people can be seen crowding around the officers while they attempt to arrest two people.
The second person literally was more trying to help his friend out.
Deron Maxwell has been charged with entering and remaining after being forbidden, resisting an officer with force or violence, battery of a police officer, and attempted disarming of a police officer.
Once we see these type of incidents that do gain a lot of attention in social media, we will refer them to our internal affairs, and they also get sent to our police academy. And we use these incidents in order to train officers in the future, so that we can try to do things better in the future, as well as teach officers that are coming to the police department that these are the type of situations that you might come into where you're dealing with multiple individuals in a somewhat hostile environment. And it really helps to prepare our next generation law enforcement, because at the end of the day, we don't want to have violent encounters. But this is an encounter that could have been much worse, specifically if that individual got his hands on an officer's weapon.
Reporting downtown Shreveport, Miracle Garrett, KSLA News 12.